Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. Cool beans. Okay. Hair. Yeah, I thought I'd look a little fancy for you guys today, you know. Yeah, I got this shirt. Got a little black shirt on. Fancy. I think I bought this for a job interview one time. And I got the job. Oh, yeah, we got the gatekeeps set up. We got the flag. Thinking of maybe getting like some different flags for like different gender identities, you know, to like showcase other gender identities. If you guys think that's a good idea, let me know in the comments, because I've been thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got an Amazon Prime account. I can get them shipped in. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sam Downey here. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you guys haven't already, at SamDowney44. Also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, youtube.com/SamDowney. I'm posting videos here all the time about non-binary stuff, trans stuff, you know, just the trans community in general, all that kind of stuff. Just me being weird and talking about random stuff. But yeah, make sure to subscribe if you're interested in that. Turn on those notifications. Thanks so much, guys. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, just so close. So, you know, just keep on sharing those videos. Keep on sharing them with all your homies, if you know what I mean. Really do appreciate it, though. So today we're going to be talking about something a little serious. I'll tell you, something a little bit serious. It's a term that's really thrown around in the trans community back and forth. Some people actually believe in this concept. Some people think it's outwardly ridiculous, which I'm part of that team, ridiculous, but we're gonna go over it today. We're gonna go over some stuff when it comes to transmedicalism, you know, just so people are educated and people are aware of the concept, and then I'll go over why I believe that it's not true. So what is transmedicalism? So transmedicalism is basically the concept of you have to medically transition to be trans, or you have to have gender dysphoria to be trans. And so this basically like debunks anyone, or like says that anyone that's non-binary or gender fluid that isn't medically transitioning and actually is fine with their actual body type right now is not actually trans. And yeah, it totally just invalidates anyone like that, right? And that's why this concept is dumb. Like, yeah. So why are some people obsessed with it? Why are some people obsessed with transmedicalism? Because it actually is a big thing, especially with trans people. I don't know why, but some binary trans people, not all, like totally not all, you know, the majority are against transmedicalism, but there are some binary trans people who are obsessed with this term and obsessed with this concept that it's like, you have to have gender dysphoria to be trans, you have to medically transition all the way to be trans, which is not true at all. So yeah, why are people so obsessed with it? I think some people think that having the trans umbrella makes people not take binary trans people seriously. So what I mean by this is, you know, the trans umbrella, and then under that umbrella there's like, you know, non-binary, gender fluid, agender, binary trans men, binary trans women. And I feel like, you know, these binary trans people that are for transmedicalism, they think that, you know, having all these genders and all that stuff invalidates them and kind of makes people not take them as seriously, which is not true at all. Like, I don't really understand this concept of like, you know, almost like, oh, well, you know, if someone else is doing something like, and they're not bothering me, like somehow that will affect me. It's like, no, the main thing is like, it's not going to affect you at all because you're not non-binary. You're a binary trans person. Why don't you just let someone who's non-binary live their life as non-binary and not be told they're not part of the trans community? And then also, I think people think the whole trans movement has gone too far because more kids are coming out as trans. Yeah, I've heard this a lot as well when it comes to transmedicalism, is a lot of people do believe, you know, in like the whole gatekeeping and that kind of process of like, you actually have to be like, you know, diagnosed as gender dysphoria after like years and years of therapy. And, you know, the way that I look at this with the whole entire, you know, more kids coming out as trans and stuff like that, and like a lot of people think that's like, it's almost like a rapid onset gender dysphoria. I don't think that's true at all. I think it's more that, you know, trans people are more accepted nowadays. People are more aware of it, especially younger generations. So it's like, of course you're gonna have more trans people because people are more accepting of it. It's not as like crazy to come out. Like, you know, me as an adult trans person, like I never really had to go through that experience, but like, you know, when I was a kid, like, and I was, you know, like 13, 14 years old, it's like there weren't a lot of trans kids out. So it was a lot more of like a big deal to come out. But nowadays, you know, in the end, there's a lot of trans people coming out that obviously it'd be easier to come out because there's more people that would accept you. That's my main point when it comes to everyone saying, you know, or a lot of people saying, oh, there's more kids coming out as trans, like this is a bad thing, like they're not actually trans, like, you know, they haven't been diagnosed with gender dysphoria. It's like, no, like the main thing is nowadays it's a lot more accepting to be trans, so of course more people are going to come out as trans. And then finally, I think some people are jealous of other people not having to medically transition to feel like themselves. Yeah, I feel like some binary trans people who are for transmedicalism, they're actually jealous of non-binary people and gender fluid people, that kind of stuff, who don't have to medically transition to feel like themselves, because, you know, they're probably, I don't know if they're sitting there like, oh, this is unfair, like why do I have to, like, you know, feel like myself, I have to medically transition. It's like, that's actually being trans. Is like, no, in the end, everybody's transition is different, so it really doesn't matter, like, you know, yeah, it really doesn't matter like what someone else's transition is compared to yours. Not every trans person is the same. So why do I not believe in transmedicalism? I don't believe in it at all. I honestly think it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of a dated topic. It's not really that, it isn't needed right now. I believe that it really it's gatekeeping people from being their true self. So yeah, what I mean by that is, you know, with people telling you and people in the trans community believing that you have to medically transition to be trans, it almost like convinces people who don't need to medically transition to really feel themselves that they have to be taken seriously. And that can really suck for someone, because, you know, someone could just like sign up for HRT because they think they need to do that to be trans, and then they find out a couple of months later that that's not what they wanted, that they needed to do to find their true self. All they really needed to do was, you know, really just embrace whatever they want to wear and what they want to look like and change up their style, and, you know, and that's totally valid. And I don't know, I just feel like, you know, with the whole transmedicalism, it's really gatekeeping people and saying, no, if you want to identify with this community, you have to be trans, totally 100%, you know, top surgery, bottom surgery, HRT. And it's like, you know, not everyone needs to do that, and it's totally valid to not want to do that. Kind of goes into the next point. Everyone's transition is different, and it totally is. Everybody's transition is different. Not every trans person is the same. And I think a lot of people do think that, you know, everybody's transition is the same, and it's really not. It's totally valid to take your transition a little bit slower and not really jump into everything real quick. And then it's also totally valid to take it really fast and do everything in, like, you know, 1 to 2 years. And yeah, like, and I feel like the whole transmedicalism, it's almost like pushing people to do things as fast as possible so they can be in this community, be taken seriously by other trans people. But in the end, it's, you know, who really cares? It's just like, be you. That's all that matters. And, you know, I feel like sometimes, you know, people get like wrapped up in this, you have to do certain things to be trans, and it's really not true at all. It's just like, if you're trans, you're trans. That's it. And then being trans is about feeling yourself, not doing this so other people will take you seriously. Yeah, this is a total good point. Being trans, it's about being yourself. It's not about, you know, doing a bunch of different, like, you know, procedures and HRT and that kind of stuff to really be taken seriously. It's like, if you're trans, people should respect your pronouns. People should respect you. People should validate you. And, you know, you don't need to medically transition to be validated by people and be taken seriously. And I feel like this whole transmedicalism movement, it's really convincing some cis people that, like, no, if you're not transitioning, like, you're not trans, like, you're just a gay man, or you're just a lesbian. And it's like, no, like, non-binary identities are valid. They are a valid thing. And it's not, oh yeah, you're just gay. Oh yeah, you're just a lesbian. It's like, no, it's a whole different thing. That gender identity is totally different from sexual orientation. Final point, honestly, it's like, what's the big deal? Who really cares? Like, I don't understand why these people are so damn obsessed with other people's transitions and how other people view themselves as transgender. I don't understand. Like, I guess there's like this thing in the back of, like, you know, transmedicalist heads that it's like, oh, well, these people aren't doing anything, and now, like, everybody's not going to take me seriously, or everyone's going to treat me differently, or treat me like a non-binary person. It's like, no, like, if you're a binary trans person, like, people are going to treat you like a binary human being, like a binary trans person. It's like they're going to use your correct pronouns. Like, what's the big deal with someone else doing a transition differently? And that's really the main point. It's like, everyone's transitions are different, and it doesn't really matter how your transition is or how it goes or anything like that. But yeah, that's really about it for this video, guys. I hope you guys learned something today, you know, about how transmedicalism is stupid. But, you know, But yeah, make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, at SamDowney44. Also, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, youtube.com/SamDowney. I'm posting videos here every week, so if you're interested in any kind of trans stuff, non-binary stuff, feel free to check out my channel and check out my other videos and subscribe, turn on those notifications. And yeah, I really appreciate all the support, guys. Keep on sharing all my videos. Keep on commenting down below any ideas you have for videos or your opinion on transmedicalism in general. Do you think it's a real like needed concept, or you think it's stupid like I think? Yeah, thanks so much, guys, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.